Hi guys, Ian here, and this is the Audione collaboration with XISHUI. I think I just butchered that name, but the model is XS10. This is a budget IM, priced at $20 US, and it has a 10mm dynamic driver inside this aluminum alloy shell. If you're interested to find out more about this IM, do check out the official website. I'll leave the unaffiliated link down in the description below. So I've been using this for quite some time now, and I'm here to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions about this XS10. First, let's go through the accessories, and it's not much actually. It's a very budget IM, so it comes in a budget box. It's got some specifications at the back. Let me just read that out to you. Sensitivity is 110, impedance is 20 ohms, frequency range is 20 to 20,000 hertz, and it comes in this box here. I don't know what to call this, but it's more like a container, not really a carrying case, but if you don't mind the looks of it, you can carry it around. And also it comes with 3 sets of stock ear tips, budget ear tips. A cable is also stock cable, so I've got nothing much to say about the cables and the ear tips because they're all budget, and I do really suggest for you to get your own third-party cable and ear tips, to enhance the aesthetics of the cable and the overall looks and fit and comfort of this XS10. Alright, so that's the accessories. Now let's go through the design and build quality of this IM. So I would say it's a good choice for them to use aluminum alloy to build this, and it looks exquisite. I mean, though it's $20 and it looks premium compared to most other IMs that is at around this price point. They look cheap, but this doesn't look cheap, and it feels substantial as well. So yeah, kudos to them for choosing the right material and giving it this form factor, which is a bullet style IM, which is another strong point. As you can see, the cable doesn't have a ear hook, so this is more like a freestyle kind of wearing option. You can wear it where the cable is facing down, okay, or you can just loop the cable over your ear. So it depends on how you want to wear it, and also up to individuals' comfort and preference, I would say. In terms of design, I would say it's very ergonomic. This goes into my ear any angle because it's not restricted by the cable. It's not restricted by the shape because this is a bullet style. It can go any direction. But from a durability standpoint, the XS10 feels more robust than an average budget IM. As you can see, it's made of metal, and it's just 20 bucks, which is pretty good. Alright, now let's talk about fit and comfort. The shell geometry, as I mentioned earlier, is very neutral and very ergonomic, and it allows for deep insertion with the right ear tip, of course. Comfort is very good for long listening sessions. I sleep with these IEMs, no kidding. There's no pressure buildups when I'm wearing them, and isolation is okay. It depends on the ear tips that you use, but yeah, you need to get a better pair of ear tips, and that's my suggestion to you. Alright, so let's move on to the sound performance of this. First, let's talk about the technical performance. I would say in terms of soundstage, the stage dimensions are moderate, with width extending slightly beyond the ear, psychologically, and limited in the depth. The presentation is neither claustrophobic or expensive. Based on my listening impressions, this correlates with a tuning that avoids aggressive upper treble energy, which results in a reduced perceived openness. Usually, I would say this is more closed in, to sum it up. As for imaging, it's consistent, but it's not precise as well. Lateral placement is pretty clear, though center imaging is more dominant than ever. The XS10 does not exhibit a strong front to back kind of layering, which aligns with its upper restraint. of the upper mids and the treble energy as well. As for the detail retrieval, it's primarily macro focused. I would say fundamental notes and vocal lines are clearly defined, while micro details such as room ambience and decay trails are pretty smoothed out. This is consistent again with a treble response that rolls off gradually rather than extending aggressively. So if you get a smoother treble, you get less of a detail retrieval. And as for resolution, overall I would say it's average for a single dynamic driver at this price point. The mid-range resolves better than the upper treble, and more complicated tracks would remain clear, but it lacks that fine separation. The XS10 scales minimally with higher end source, indicating that there is a driver limit in terms of resolution rather than source limit. So I tried it with a few of my decks, and the results are quite similar. Now, in terms of tone and timbre, tonally, I would say the XS10 leans towards more fun and warm kind of tone and timbre. It's probably natural look sounding, I would say, and free from metallic artifacts, particularly in the mid-range. The note weight is pretty moderate with a smooth attack and decay, typically of a relaxed dynamic driver tuning. Alright, so let's talk about the sound signature of this. I measured these earphones and I'm gonna post my graph somewhere up here. Let's move my things one side. Alright, so let's talk about the sub bass, and the extension of the sub bass is present, but it's quite restrained, it's quite close to balance. Not much note weight, and the rumble is audible, but it's not really emphasized, and overall I would say it's quite a balanced sub bass, and not much note weight to it. Quite, I would say, polite kind of sub bass. But for the mid bass though, it shows gentle elevation relative to the mids, so I would say it adds the warmth and the weight. In terms of the mid bass, the punch is adequate. It's got a bit of a smoothness to the mid bass. The texture is there, good warmth as well, and I would say, yeah, overall the punch is just nice. The speed of the mid bass is also just nice. A little bit overwhelming at times, I would say, but overall a pretty presentable mid bass compared to the sub bass. I wish that the sub bass was a little bit more aggressive, together with the mid bass, to give it a good bass shelf. Now, in terms of the mid range, is quite natural sounding, is a little bit elevated at the lower mids, with slight forwardness. Like for example, male vocals, they would sound a little bit nicer and weightier and clearer as well. It's a bit recessed, I would say. The tuning for this, it supports the vocal clarity, and it doesn't sound thin or overly energized, and I would say mid-range is actually pretty alright, with a little bit of a lower mids bump. Now, in terms of the pinna gain, the upper mid gain appears a bit moderate and controlled, which, you know, which is a good thing. It avoids the aggressive 2 to 4K hertz emphasis, which is pretty common in many budget tuning. And this results in a clear but non-shouty vocals, which is good, and it contributes to the XS10's low fatigue factor. So you won't find these earphones fatiguing or excessively aggressive and shouty. Now, in terms of treble, I would say is smooth, right? If you look at the graph, the treble energy is smoothened out with quite a aggressive roll-off. In the upper registers, the extension is quite limited, which reduces the perceived air and sparkle, but effectively it controls the sibilant. So if you're treble sensitive, this is a pretty good offering for you. But if you want a little bit more energy and a bit more sparkle and the air to your treble, then I guess this is not the IEM for you. So you might want to avoid this IEM. But overall, this tuning, it prioritizes comfort over perceived resolution. Alright, so now just to conclude for the overall sound signature, I would say comparing to relatively higher priced single dynamic driver IEMs, for example the Moondrop Arias, I would say the XS10 falls short in stage depth, treble extension, the micro detail retrieval, but within that $20 price point, I would say its tuning is a little bit more balanced and restrained as compared to many other competitors at this same price point, which most of them, they rely on exaggerated bass shelf or sharp upper mid boost. So for this XS10, it's actually quite balanced, and I would say the measured behavior would likely appeal to people who prefer a safer, a more neutral or natural leaning response rather than a more aggressive tuned V-shape IEM from their competitors. Alright, so let's conclude. I would say the XS10 is pretty conservatively tuned budget IEM, I would say. Yeah, at this price point, it's $20. And that it emphasizes on the mid-range clarity, more for the vocals and the tonal balance over technical performance. It's a restrained bass shelf in terms of the sub bass. It's pretty moderate in terms of the peanut gain, and the treble is rolled off, which results in a smooth, fatigue-free presentation. While it does not offer strong staging or high-resolution performance, it avoids common budget tuning issues and delivers a coherent, listenable sound. So as an entry-level daily driver, the XS10 represents a sensible and well-controlled option for its price. So that's it for my overall thoughts and opinions of this Audione XS10. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name is Ian. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.